Okay. Hello, everybody who has decided to turn on this video. I am Allie, and today we switched locations. We are now in my room. I decided, let's just take it to my room. Okay, well, not like that, but like, you know what I mean? Let's just like take the filming to my room. I mean, filming about good, helpful things. Okay. Why not give it a try in here? It's nice in here, the energy's great. I'm getting new furniture. Well, this is part of my new furniture, but it's gonna be more decorated soon, I promise. Don't judge me that my room is not that decorated right now because I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. I'm not gonna like half-ass decorate my room if I don't fully 100% like it and like commit to it. So I need like a full week to just go all out and just take the time to plan and decorate accordingly. But until then, y'all have to just deal with this bed right here and no other decorations basically. Anyway, last week I took a poll on my Instagram and I asked you guys, what would you rather see? And I got a lot of people wanting to see my daily routine that helps me to stay balanced and aligned. And I'm so excited to make this video for y'all because I love routines. I am obsessed with routines. So without any more waiting, we're just gonna get right into it because we do not like to waste time here. And doing this certain routine that I do does create a huge energetic shift in me, which then mirrors off of me into the situations and everything that I attract and that happens to me during the day. So when I get myself into a very balanced and aligned place, that makes my day 10,000 times better. That is the reason I love this routine and this routine specifically, because it's not only like make your bed, go get coffee, it's like little exercises and tools that you can implement throughout your day that can really get you in a really amazing energetic space to not only be like feeling yourself more, but have other people feeling you more and just life in general feeling you more because you're feeling yourself more. A little disclaimer before I start. Disclaimer. The same routine doesn't work for everyone. Take what I'm saying and take what resonates with you. If I'm doing something that you don't find resonates with you, then don't do it. Find your own thing to do. There is not a one size fits all for a morning routine. What works for me may not be what works for everyone. I have tried many different tools and many different routines, and this one that I'm doing right now has got me in the best place that I've ever been in my life so far. So it's helped me so much, I want to share it, and if you would like to try it, please do. I love it, so I hope you do as well. I am so tired of hearing the excuse, and this is including myself, I make excuses as well, but I'm so tired of hearing the excuse, oh, that takes up too much time, oh, that takes too long, I don't have enough time for that, I'm too busy for that, blah, 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 blah. Excuses are extremely fear-based. Excuses are the thing we make when we just don't believe in ourselves enough to commit to ourselves and to actually try something and to actually commit ourselves to something. Laziness isn't actually laziness. Laziness just comes from not believing in ourselves and fear of actually having something go right in our lives. I'm gonna start off with the things that you've probably already heard before. One, make your bed. Just do it, just make your fucking bed. It's one small victory. That's what we want, right? We want small victories every day, every week. There are small little victories that add up to the big goal. So if we start in the morning by one small victory, making our bed, that just helps us feel organized. That kind of sets the energy off that we're ready for the day. You know, we got one thing done. If you don't get anything else accomplished, you can just feel good about yourself for making your bed. Two, before I leave my bed, before I even get up, I write 10 things I'm grateful for just that morning. Nothing even happened yet, but I write 10 things I'm grateful for. When we turn our thoughts up to a level of love and level of gratitude, that overall scientifically heightens our mood, and there is such a power behind gratitude. I know it's corny, I know you've heard it from all the motivational speakers out there, whatever. Metaphysically brings up your energy and you're already in a better mood than when you first woke up. Number 3, I get my ass out of bed and I drive my butt to down the road to get coffee. If you don't drink coffee, that's fine. My point is, I get out of bed and have a task to go do right away. So if I don't have a very specific action to go take right in the morning, I get lazy and just lay back in bed and feel tired the rest of my day because I was taking the action to feel tired. Our body listens to what we're telling ourselves, and our body responds to the body language and the actions that we are doing behind it. We kind of like don't really have a plan, and we aren't mindfully relaxing, we're just kind of lazily relaxing. Is lazily a word? I don't know, let's just go with it. But that is me telling my body, all right, we're awake, we're taking an action, we're getting out of the apartment, and yeah, so it's great. I highly suggest and if you don't like coffee, going to get tea, even going outside, sitting on your balcony, sitting outside, going for a walk, doing something that just gets you out of your home and gets you moving is just extremely helpful. All right, once I get my coffee, it depends what I'm doing that day, but sometimes I will sit at the coffee shop and do this, and sometimes I'll bring it home and do this from home. If you don't have super lot of time in the morning, you can make a voice memo in your car on the way to work. You can go to work and write in the morning. Instead of scrolling on Instagram right when you get there, you can write this down instead. It takes 5 minutes. On this list, I write down everything that I feel like I have to do that day. There's a difference between feel and between what you actually have to do that day. Don't get them confused. Anxiety, stress, depression all comes from feeling overwhelmed and feeling like we aren't doing good enough. And we feel like we're doing all this stuff, we feel like there's not enough time in the day because we overwhelm ourselves and we overpack our schedule with stuff that's not really that necessary to be doing every day. So, write down on that list of everything you feel like you have to be doing that day. Then, the next step is we narrow it down to what actually has to get done that day. What on this list is in my highest good to get done today? And usually a list of 10 will be narrowed down to like 3 to 5 things. And then from there, that is actually all we really have to get done. Anything more is just going to be extremely overwhelming and actually very counterintuitive and getting less done, rather than if we were just to focus on these 3 to 5 things on the list that we actually have to get done that day. And that is one of the top things that keeps me in balance, guys. So I used to get so overwhelmed and so much anxiety, which turned into depression and just me being overall lazy, paralyzed from anxiety because I felt like I had so much to do all the time, and I always felt like I was never at the place I wanted to be, and I always felt like I was comparing my life to other people's lives, and I always felt like they were working harder than me, and all of this stuff, right? My goals and my ambitions for every day were just too much. They were too everywhere. Our goals and what we want to essentially get done, the bigger picture, cannot be accomplished in one day, so we have to break them down. And it's really small victories, small baby steps that gets us there. We have to start to enjoy the process now, or else we're going to miss out on our whole entire lives, and we will not even enjoy any part of our life, because life is a process. There is no end destination. There is no end goal. Once you get somewhere, you don't want to stop there. We as human beings naturally always have this need to continue to grow. So if we're not growing, we feel depressed and we feel like we're slowly dying, essentially. And so if we don't enjoy the process, we won't enjoy our life ever, because our life is a process. So one major tip is enjoy the process, enjoy the small victories, celebrate the small victories. If we don't notice and celebrate the small victories, we will never recognize the big one and continue to always just be hard on ourselves. A little thing that helps me stay balanced throughout the day is I carry a journal with me every day. You can do this in the notes section in your phone, which I also do as well. Whenever I am emotionally triggered by something, I get angry, I get sad, I get pissed off, I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to explode. Or even if I just get a little emotionally triggered, I get my journal out or my phone out and I write it all down. I write down everything I feel, because it is so important to get that out of our body and not let it sit in our body and manifest. If we let all of those emotions sit in our body and manifest, that could cause, one, just a lot of reflective situations. Two, that could start to build up in our body and eventually in our lives manifest disease and illnesses that we don't want, right? So get that emotion out of your body. Instead of taking it out on someone else, instead of letting it manifest into other things, instead of letting it sit in our body and just feeling like crap the rest of the day, take out your journal, take out your phone, and just write it all out. Another little tip that I do throughout my day is no matter what I'm doing, I'm actively always making sure I'm putting myself first. Like I said in my last 2 videos, we have to be putting ourselves first, even if it is for 2 or 5 minutes. We have to fill ourselves up before we give to others. By making ourselves a priority and putting ourselves first actively, that allows other people to make us a priority and listen to what we have to say and all that stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my last 2 videos. I talk all about putting yourself first in those. So those are 2 daytime things that I always like to do like a little check-in with, and that really helps my day in general and just my overall mood. It doesn't take long. If you're mad, it's gonna take you the same amount of time to sit there and think about how mad you are, just like it will take you the same amount of time to write out why you're mad and just release it. So instead of sitting there thinking about it for 5 minutes, just write it out and release it from your body for 5 minutes. There's no difference in time. It's so important to be in your own energy, to really just take in what happened that day. So at night, I kind of just snuggle up in bed. It's so nice to just be with myself, and I write in my journal. I write myself kind of like a little, like, I guess, love letter, and it sounds so corny, but it really helps a lot. It's just kind of telling myself how proud of myself that I am for, you know, X, Y, and Z, whatever I did that day. And even if I didn't have a good day, like, I'm proud of myself for getting through it. I'm proud of myself for getting angry, just loving yourself through everything that happened that day and not just the good parts. Because everything that happens to us is just an opportunity to grow. That creates a shift in you as well. That gets you out of a space of being extremely critical about yourself and gets you into a more loving space. Because if you're being critical to yourself, other people are going to be extremely critical of you. And that is not fun. That's a great way to end the day. That's a great way to fall asleep at night, is just kind of sitting with that, wow, I'm proud of you today, you did good today, no matter what happened, I love you. Now this is the routine that's working for me. 3 months ago, it was a different routine. 3 months before that, it was a different routine. I suggest, you know, doing something until you feel like it's not working for you anymore and then switching it up. So right now, this is what I'm doing, and I probably will make more of these because, like I said, I'm always switching them up. But right now in this time of my life, I should say, this has been extremely beneficial for me. Small changes make huge shifts. Implementing these little tools all together, accumulative throughout the day, all of this stuff should not take more than 30 minutes. An hour tops if you're like, you know, if you like to go above and beyond. And having no time is not an excuse, because I guarantee you're spending at least 30 minutes doing either thinking about how much you don't like where you're at in life or scrolling through your phone. So take that time and actually implement it into your life. Be present and actually take action on making your life better. If you would want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. It was awesome making this video for you today. Choosing to actively make your life better. I can say from firsthand experience, it actually works. I used to be on anxiety medicine. I am no longer on anxiety medicine. And I used to have a lot of other problems that we can talk about in other videos. There's a laundry list, but taking control of my thoughts and of my life has significantly cut down most of them. I'm done talking now. Mwah, goodbye.